Hey, yeah, what's poppin', gang? What's poppin'? We back. What's good? What up, J2? I see you. Lucy, I see you. Melissa, I see you. What up? All right, man, look. Listen. Anthony, I want to say his name right. Anthony Mbrunan or Mbrunan. Hopefully I'm saying his name right, fam. Anthony Mbrunan. Bro had so many people in my last video commenting, yo, you need to check this out. You need to take a look at this theory. And I'm like, first of all, all of this stop. Any, what up? All of this started from a post that I made, which was basically just me highlighting a comment. I talked about this in my last video too, right? Where I highlighted a post about basically one of the crew saying, I know I'm about 10 months late, but when Dot said body for body, I hand you a body, I believe K Dot wrote one of Drake's diss songs. Now that led to a whole different spiral of things. You guys can see I've never gotten anywhere near this kind of motion on here. 91,000 views is crazy to me. I didn't think it was that serious. But that led people to then looking at other things. So even if it wasn't this particular verse, people were looking at other verses and saying, hey, I think Kendrick might have had something to do with that. So this person in particular, Anthony Mbrunan or Mbrunan, hopefully I'm saying his name right, has came up with this theory or developed this theory. It looks like through a lot of research where he claims or he states that Kendrick Lamar actually got Drake to diss himself on Poetic Justice. Now, a lot of y'all might already know this. I didn't know this. Okay, I listen. I had never looked at that verse as anything other than maybe another Drake ghostwriter, but bro seemingly has developed a timeline and some information for us to actually go ahead and take a look at. So we definitely want to make sure we go ahead and get into this video. Hit that like button if you guys haven't done already, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Who's here? Any, Tasha, 88. What up? Just wanted to say HMK is going to be in Chicago March 3rd, 2026. Okay, bet. Yeah, we might have to tap in with him. Laura Racer, what up? Dave reaction, gems. I was literally going to ask you guys if you guys want that reaction. Do you guys want the Dave reaction? The album, I think, is only 10 songs. We might save it for Monday though, because we might need something to do on Monday. So we might save it for Monday, but let me know. Okay, Dave reaction. All right. We might save that for Monday. Shout out to everybody pulling up in the stream, man. Make sure you guys hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel if you're new. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Let me hit him with a sub first, and then I'm gonna hit him with a like. Is this the particular video y'all were talking about though? Hold on, let me go back.
Did Kendrick Lamar
Oh, this one. Okay, so this one only came out an hour ago. And this one came out, damn, 4 years ago, and that's an hour long. Okay, so I think we're gonna take a look at this one. Kendrick Lamar got Drake to diss himself. So maybe he's done something where he's trying to compile some of this information, so we're gonna get into that. There's a few videos. I skipped the song before Drake's verse. I like the Dave reaction. Okay, bet. We're gonna get into the Dave too. We're gonna get into that too. All right, man, let's go ahead and get into this video. Like I said, I hit him with a like button and I hit him with the sub. Let's tap in. Let's see what he got to say.
Drake to diss himself on the song. Did Kendrick Lamar get Drake to diss himself on the song Poetic Justice?
And let me know if y'all agree with this too. Let me know if y'all agree with this. Like I said, this is a fan theory. This is his theory. This is not something I'm like co-signing. This is just an interesting topic for us to get into.
Was Anthony, Kendrick Lamar one of...
Hey, hold on, wait. He said, I'm here, so let me know what questions you have. All right, shout out to the homie, Anthony. I tagged him in the video to let him know I was here. Bro, you had so many people in my last video. If you go to my comments, in my last video, saying you have to check out this video or one of your videos, if I'm not mistaken, to talk about, damn, what was it? Bad Blood, Buried Alive, Poetic Justice, and I think it might have been Effing Problems. So everybody's like, bro, you gotta check this out. I want to know what you think about it. So let me go ahead and get into this, bro.
Of Drake's early ghostwriters in Drake's career. Did Kendrick Lamar get Drake to diss himself on the song Poetic Justice? Was Kendrick Lamar one of Drake's early ghostwriters in Drake's career? And how in the hell did me and Desiree Rose come up with the Poetic Justice theory? Some of you were in the comments section on a couple of other videos saying, hey, I see you got a lot of content here. And we do. It's over 10 hours worth of content.
Oh, wait, on his video.
Across multiple channels and different platforms. Is there a way? The question was, is there a way to get all of that content condensed into 30 minutes or less?
Okay, yeah, bro, that makes perfect sense. What up, Steen? That makes perfect sense because I seen you had a couple of like hour-long videos, and I didn't even know that this one had just dropped today. Shout out to Reef West. I didn't know that this one had just dropped today. I thought this was an older video, so I don't want to step on this video at all. My bad. I thought this was, they've been telling me to come check it out. Let's get into it.
Your arguments for the Poetic Justice theory, and then the common counter arguments that we hear against the Poetic Justice theory. Okay. And that is exactly what I am hoping to accomplish in the next 29 minutes. Okay. So before we get into all of that, make sure you guys do the YouTube thing. Make sure you guys like, comment, share.
And I told y'all at the beginning of the video, make sure y'all go over to his channel, hit the like button and sub up.
Hype and subscribe. We really do appreciate that. If you guys want to support the content, go to the link in my bio. To my link tree, I got a link that'll take you, to either Cash App or PayPal or Venmo, whatever. All the links are there in my bio. But the Poetic Justice theory is very simple. We just surmised that 13 years ago, Drake and Kendrick Lamar collaborated on 3 different songs, right? Like there's 3 different songs that those two do together on 3 separate albums. One on Drake's album, which is Buried Alive. Poetic Justice being on Kendrick Lamar's album, Good Kid, Mad City. And the third was on Fucking Problems on A$AP Rocky's album. Okay, it's in those songs.
I just heard Effing Problems in the gym today. Crazy. I just heard it today. So that one's fresh. Buried Alive, I would want to listen to again.
That we assert that Kendrick Lamar ghost writes for Drake. That is the work that he gives over to Drake in order to now have access to the music industry that he now has. It is through these 3 songs that Kendrick not only details his initiation into the music industry, but he tells you that he is Drake's ghostwriter. He tells you that these messages will be buried alive. And he hopes that the listeners, the true fans of the art form, will dig up those messages. And he also codes these messages in hopes that one day his true fans will find it.
Oh, shit.
Unearth it.
Nah, bro. Yeah, I'm locked in already, bro. I'm locked in. Like I said, listen, I know this is a theory. So I don't want people coming in this video talking about, UK buys, blah, blah, blah. Bro, it's a theory. We listening to it. If it has legs, it has legs. There's nothing we can do about it.
And discuss amongst themselves the real story that Kendrick Lamar is painting. How we came up with the Poetic Justice theory is simple. I was studying during the pandemic everyone's catalogs and everyone's discographies. I started with East Coast rappers. I made my way to West Coast rappers. I love Tupac Shakur. And this was during the pandemic. So for me, the pandemic affected me personally. I was furloughed from my job. I didn't have a job for close to 18 months. And Tupac and his lyrics, and especially his songs about
the collection we got going on in the background with the Amy Winehouse, the Pac, the M, the Dot. I can't make this out, but you got a nice little collection going on here too. Is that T-Pain?
Class consciousness. It really spoke to me. And of course, going down that Tupac rabbit hole, understanding the relationship that Kendrick Lamar has with Tupac's music, I wanted to dive into Kendrick's catalog. So I did that. And one night while I couldn't sleep and I was playing Madden late at night,
Facts.
I was just kind of, playing Poetic Justice in my head. And I just, for whatever reason, I saw the message. I saw what he was saying. And mind you, this is hindsight being 2020, right? It's during the COVID pandemic. It's during all of that. So I had already known about Drake and his alleged use of ghostwriters through Quentin Miller and his beef with Meek Mill. And then I just started pulling at that string. It's like, oh, okay. So if Kendrick Lamar wrote this verse for Drake, what is Drake actually saying? And we get into all of that. We published.
You know the other piece, though? You know the other piece? What up, Queen of the Isle? You know the other piece? To me, when and this is why I've said, I don't think we've ever really heard Drake's actual, what he sounds like as a rapper. Like, most rappers, they have a certain tone, a certain cadence that's very okay, I can tell that's them, right? So even sometimes when we hear Keem, you can also hear Kendrick too. And you could hear Jay through Dr. Dre. You could hear it in there somewhere. Now, when I'm thinking about Poetic Justice, I feel like you can hear it, but I don't know if that's because it's being presented to me now. Feel me? Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. You can hear the geography for sure.
First Poetic Justice Theory video called Decoding Drake and Kendrick 5 years ago. We sound nervous, and it's because we were nervous. I understand that I am a white person trying to talk about hip hop. I understand I'm speaking on culture, and I want to do it in the most respectful way possible. So obviously that first video, especially my first YouTube video.
Oh, that was your first YouTube video? Damn, bro.
Hour and a half long.
Good shit.
I was a little nervous, and we just left it at that. We put out the Poetic Justice Theory, and we moved on with our lives. We really did. Des and I just decided hey, it's cool. It's a cool Easter egg. We're just going to leave it up there. And if we're right, then one day it'll be a cool Easter egg that people can stumble upon. Fast forward to 2024.
Yup.
And the beef pops off. And things were said during the beef that just made me and Desiree Rose just jump for joy because...
Bro, so when this beef... I was just about to ask you that. When the beef kicked off, and because there's history, I don't want to continue to stop this video too much because I want to listen to you. I don't want to stay on track with you.
Get Drake.
But if we go back to your history, bro, you do have 4 years ago, you're talking about these topics back then. You know what I'm saying? These are just, I don't know if you have any live videos or anything like that, but even from 4 years ago, bro, decoding Drake and Kendrick, that's kind of crazy to see that you have a history to go back to. So when this happened, what was going through your mind? What was happening?
He was confirming everything that we had talked about on our original Poetic Justice Theory video that we had made 4 years before in our kitchen. So
bro.
That beef, while everyone was having their own experience with it, witnessing the culture shift, that was really cool. For me and Des in particular, it takes on a different meaning, and it's something that I don't think y'all on the other side of the video can understand because we had talked about Drake in this light 4 years before Kendrick even talked about him like that on record and put him on blast like that. And 2 weeks before the beef even popped off, I got on my TikTok to try and explain Poetic Justice to you in 90 seconds or less. And
it's probably impossible.
One of the things I said was Kendrick Lamar views Drake as taking away from the black community. Me, a white Kendrick Lamar views Drake as taking away from the black community.
Facts.
Me, a white guy, saying that 2 weeks before Euphoria dropped. Yeah, I caught a lot of flack, but I mean, we ended up being right because he calls him a colonizer on Not Like Us.
Right.
So what now I want to do is I want to break down, the 4 songs that you really have to know, which is our strongest, and again, coming back to the house rules that I laid out on a couple of videos already. House rules are, we only have 2 of them.
Okay.
We abide by the timeline of events. We stick to the timeline.
Okay.
And we stick to the lyrics, because the timeline and the lyrics tell the real story of what happened and transpired between Drake.
So like no emotion involved. Just stick to the timeline, stick to what's being said, right? Like not like stick to what is actually the concrete things that we can measure and go back to. I got you.
And the lyrics
locked in,
tell
bro.
the real story of what
in.
happened and transpired
What up, Tip Tip?
between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Those are the only 2 rules
My
here.
glasses on for this.
So keeping that in mind, I am now going to lay out our poetic justice theory using the remainder of the time that I have. So you really have to understand the poetic justice theory is mainly about 4 songs in particular. 3 of those songs, Buried Alive, Poetic Justice, and Effin' Problems. Buried Alive occurring, again, on the timeline in November of 2011. This is before the Club Paradise tour. If you look at Buried Alive, Kendrick is detailing out in these lyrics not only his initiation into the music industry, he's comparing Drake to R. Kelly at one point, and he also is saying that Drake is telling him, hey, you have to rap a certain way now that you're in this industry. You need to keep women.
Okay. I don't call back, just blame it on your Canadian. The same way we say we in the area cruising in Toronto, hit me on the cellular, thought he was going to sell me a false word like the rappers I know. Sat down with a few drinks located where you can't see us. A white waitress on standby when we need her. A black Maybach 40 pulled up, Jeep, no doors. All the nigga was missing was Aaliyah. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, felt like initiation. A reality living in the Matrix. We talk casually about the industry and how the women be the tastemakers for this we making. Then he said that he was on the same page as myself, and it didn't help because it made me even more rude and impatient because we not the same. Because we not the same. Kalani, what up, Detroit? Oh my God. The reason why I'm breathing all the vanity I know. Wait. So blame it on Mr. OVO. The reason why I'm breathing the vanity I know, the reason why my best friend say she loved me more than life, more life. But I live a double life and need to let her go. The reason why the highlight was when he said you belong to the people when you outside. So dig a shovel full of money, full of power, full of fame, and bury yourself alive. Then I die. Ooh.
In mind, when women be the tastemakers for the shit that we're making. He's telling him he's got to rap a certain
OVO
way.
EXO.
And then at the end of the song, he says, the reason why the highlight was when he said, you belong to the people when you're outside.
Right.
So dig a shovel full of money, full of power, full of pussy, full of fame, and bury yourself alive. Bury yourself alive. Then I died. So he's telling you that he no longer belongs to himself.
Right.
He belongs to the industry.
Right.
And that his message will be buried alive in the lyrics because he now has to code the way that he talks to you, the listener. The second song,
even then that goes back to people thought I was antisocial. People thought I was antisocial when I stayed inside of my house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
song that you have to understand when understanding the poetic justice theory is the Heart Part 3. And the Heart Part 3 is important for multiple reasons. One, it comes out 2 days before Good Kid, Mad City. And 2, it is detailing out where Kendrick is mentally with not only his relationship with you, the listener, but his relationship with hip hop and how TDE pulled off this heist on Drake. So the first order of business that I have to draw your attention to, especially when it comes to the Heart Part 3, is this line right here where he says, truthfully, I just started rapping to get away. I never thought your favorite rapper would want a verse. My fella got hit 25 times with a K. He's telling you. Kendrick is telling you that he never thought your favorite rapper at the time. And if you look at...
Because at that point, bro, it did... I think there was always rumblings. What year is this? Where are we at? Hard Part 3, 2012. Drake is popping 2009-ish. I don't know. I don't know if there's very many rumblings of ghostwriting and like that going on. Like, I remember people thinking Wayne was behind a lot of it, but none of that came out. I don't think it had come out at that point. So him saying like, bro, I would never have thought that your favorite rapper would want a verse. What?
The charts. Drake was everywhere. You couldn't go into a record store. You couldn't go to AMC 30 in Sterling Heights, Michigan. You couldn't get in your car without hearing a Drake song. He was arguably one of the biggest rappers on the planet off of a mixtape. So Kendrick Lamar is saying, off of a mixtape and an album. So he's basically saying, I never thought your favorite rapper, you know, the industry darling that was Drake in his early career. I never thought your favorite rapper would want a verse. He got hit 25 times with a K. He's telling you that your favorite rapper wanted a verse from him. So what did he do? He hit him 25 times with a Kendrick Lamar. He hit him 25 times with a K. The other part of the Heart Part 3 that you need to understand is when Kendrick Lamar says,
So he's confirming that he gave it to him though, right? So you say, I never thought your favorite rapper would want a verse. My nigga got hit 25 times with a K. So he's saying, I did that. Is that what is he confirming that he gave it to him?
He hit him 25 times with a K. The other part of the Heart Part 3 that you need to understand.
We close, bro. I'm in Chicago.
Is when Kendrick Lamar says, three hollow tips aimed at your head. I'll be damned if the chopper jam now. And before that bar, he says, I need to find a better way to stand out. I need to find a better way to take your fans now. 3 hollow tips aimed at your head. I'll be damned if the chopper jam now. A hollow tip is a bullet that expands upon impact. Right. So like it hits the target and then shatters. Boom.
Right.
Like that. It'll just open up and expand upon impact. Those are these 3 songs. He's talking about these 3 songs in particular. Buried Alive, Poetic Justice, and Fucking Problems.
Use that shit as a catapult. As a bro, now I'm seeing it. Okay, so he said, I need a better way to stand out. So I'm gonna get on these songs with you and out rap your ass every time. Is that what he's saying?
Particular. Buried Alive, Poetic Justice, and Fucking Problems. Because it's on these 3 songs that it's gonna expand
his
upon
reach.
impact. And finally, the last thing that you need to know about the Heart Part 3 is that it is the song that comes out right before Good Kid, Mad City. And Kendrick Lamar asks you, the listener specifically, will you let hip hop die on October 22nd? And it's because he's afraid that his message is now so coded and buried that you won't pick up on the messaging, that you won't get what he's truly trying to say and what he actually did to Drake now that it's coded.
Wait, ain't that Drake's birthday? Wait, am I tripping? No, it's the 24th. It's today.
So, you know, again, sticking to the lyrics and sticking to the timeline, those are important to understand, those 2 things. Good Kid, Mad City drops on October 22nd, 2012. Even
dropping the album 2 days before his birthday is kind of crazy work, too.
And part of the Poetic Justice theory includes the one that we, you know, our first video, Decoding Drake and Kendrick, includes a moment where we talk about how Money Trees is the setup to the diss, because Kendrick Lamar is one of those guys who is constantly calling back to his own albums, to his own songs. He is constantly referencing himself. And you'll see the reference to Money Trees here in a second on the 3rd collaboration with Drake. But Money Trees is the setup. And if you look at the track sequencing for Good Kid, Mad City, it goes from Money Trees into Poetic Justice. And that is 100% intentional, because where do you typically find shade? You typically find shade underneath something. So Kendrick Lamar intentionally put Money Trees
over that. He
above Poetic Justice. So Poetic Justice is underneath the tree, right?
Yo, hold on. That's nasty too, bro. Hold on. Hey, that's nasty too. Nah, chill out. That's nasty. Chill out. You put the song under it to shade him? Nah, that's nasty. Hey, shout out Anthony in the chat too. Make sure y'all say what's up to Anthony in the chat, man. Hit that like button too if you guys are here, man. We got over 200 million watching, bro. You got to hit that like button. That's nasty. Oh, that's nasty work.
Delve into the lyrics on intentionally put Money Trees
that's
above
nasty.
Poetic Justice. So Poetic Justice is underneath the tree, right? If you delve into the lyrics on Money Trees, like we did in our original video, he says, "You looking like an easy come up, you bish. A silver spoon, I know you come from, you bish." Think about who Drake is. Think about where he comes from. This dude was on Degrassi. He's a middle-class dude from Toronto. Just remember who Drake is. Remember that.
Oh my God.
A silver spoon, I know you come from, you bish. And that's a lifestyle that we never knew. You'd go at a reverend for the revenue. You'd go at a reverend for a check. And he calls and he said, he finally says right here, it goes Holly Berry or hallelujah. Pick your poison. Tell me what you're doing. Everyone is going to respect the shooter. Everyone is going to respect the industry. But the one in front of the gun lives forever. The artist lives forever.
Yes.
And I've been hustling all day, this way, that way, through canals and alleyways, just to say that Money Trees is the perfect place for shade. And that's just how I feel. How he feels is Poetic Justice. Because the song Poetic Justice,
Money Trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. So if that's place where it is, then that's where you're gonna find the shade at, is in that song. Oh my God. Look, bro. See, I love a reach-a-thon personally. This ain't really feeling like a reach-a-thon though. This this is crazy. If this is all true, this is crazy. Kendrick, diabolical, bro. I'm tired of the word diabolical, but this is diabolical. Hold on.
how he feels is Poetic Justice. Because the song Poetic Justice is not just a Drake diss. It is a perfectly penned and coded letter to not only his community of Compton, but to hip hop, to black culture. It is, and it's a love letter dedicated to them and dedicated to you. And that's why, you know, if you look at Poetic Justice, as we highlight in our first decoding video, we tell you that it is Kendrick Lamar speaking through Drake, and he gets Drake to say, "I could never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real, PS." We also talk about on the decoding part 2 that we made after the beef, we tell you that Pusha T makes a specific reference when he was dissing Drake on his song Infrared. How can you right your wrongs when you don't even write your songs?
Oh my God, bro. I can never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real. He don't write. Oh my God, bro. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. Oh my God.
That is very intentional because Pusha T knows about Poetic Justice.
God.
So, coming back to Drake's verse on Poetic Justice, he says, "I can never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real." And it should be noted that at one point in the verse, Drake goes, "I was trying to put you on game, put you on a plane, take you and your mama to the motherland."
Oh my God, right? I'm trying to put you on the plane, put you on game, take your mama to the motherland. But nigga, you ain't going to the motherland. What? Y'all know what a motherland is? Drake taking you to the motherland? Oh, stop it. Oh my God, it's got legs. It's got legs.
Should be noted that at one point in the verse, Drake goes, I was trying to put you on game, put you on a plane, take you and your mama to the motherland. I can't recall Drake taking a trip to Africa post Poetic Justice and putting someone on a plane and taking him with him.
Hey, bro, you got it. You got it.
To Africa after, the Poetic Justice song was
no.
released. But Kendrick Lamar, it should be noted that Kendrick Lamar takes a trip, a very public trip to Africa in 2015. Again, actions speak louder than words, and we stick to the lyrics and we stick to the timeline on everything, right? Those are the two rules in this household. It's also on Poetic Justice where you get this third verse from Kendrick Lamar that is so incredible.
Okay, yeah.
The line in particular that I want to draw your attention to is right here towards the end. He says, read slow and you'll find gold mines in these lines. Sincerely yours truly, and right before you go blind, P.S. It's not sincerely me and Aubrey Graham. It's not sincerely Kendrick Lamar and Drake. It's sincerely yours truly.
So sincerely me. That's it. Sincerely yours truly. Read slow and you'll find gold. You'll find gold mines in these lines. Sincerely yours truly. All my lines. He had nothing to do with this. Oh my God.
Sincerely Kendrick Lamar and Drake. It's sincerely yours truly. He wrote this song in particular. And right before you figure it out, right before it dawns on you, the reason why he did it, that PS is not postscript. That PS is shorthand for Pac Shakur. And when you truly think about Kendrick Lamar and his connection to Tupac's music and how vocal he is on that. And
now, if I'm gonna be real, that's the only piece I'm just being constructive criticism on the video. That's the only part where I'm like, I don't know about that part, the PS part with Pac Shakur.
Connection to Tupac's music and how vocal he is on that. And
that's the only
what a
part,
staunch, staunch listener to Tupac that he is. An advocate for people going to listen to his music and talking about openly the impact that Tupac's music has had on his life. He would never, ever allow Drake on a song dedicated to Tupac's favorite film that he did and
Oh, damn, you might be right. I can't do it, bro. You might be right. Now, you know what? I think about Poetic Justice. And the first thing I think of is Pac. I think of Pac. I think of Janet. I think of the mail truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's so ingrained. And now to think about the fact that Drake is featured on a song titled Poetic Justice, that's why this whole Pac shit is so weird too. And that probably also answers the weird relationship that Drake has to owning Pac's things, because he got kind of hoodwinked in a sense with this verse on Poetic Justice. Feel me? Bro, the movie with Janet, and it was Tupac's favorite movie he did. Bro, I remember all of Pac's movies, bro. Like, man, dog, like, I could see that why that was his favorite movie too. But I think he did Gridlocked, he did Poetic Justice, he did Above the Rim, he did Juice. Am I missing any? Let me know.
Catered to Tupac Shakur, unless it was getting him to say something on Wax Forever that he can't take back.
Damn.
That would be Poetic Justice.
Never right my wrongs.
That would be what it is.
Never right my
and
wrongs.
The chorus itself is a message to you. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. and I know just what you want.
Bro, I was already there. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. And I know just what you want.
Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice.
Put it in a song. We go
song.
over all of that in our first decoding.
Bro,
our first decoding video that we made over 5 years ago. Again, I'm condensing 12 hours worth of content, so bear with me.
Great work so far, man. We locked in. The thing is, here's another thing. A lot of people will critique this, right? And again, I give people grace to critique and say whatever they want. I know there's fans of the other side, fans of Drake, like, and not just fans of Drake, because I feel like real fans can speak on things that aren't always positive. Like, I'm a fan of J. Cole, and I could tell you where I think he's gone wrong too, right? I haven't seen anything that has been this incredible reach. I see things that line up, and if you put them under a magnifying glass, it makes sense. I haven't seen him go, he hasn't reached super far yet, so I'm trying to, and I'm gonna tell you, like I said with the PS part, I was like, I don't know, but he hasn't reached yet. Not in my opinion.
Okay, moving on. The final collaboration between Drake and Kendrick Lamar happens on A$AP Rocky's album, Fucking Problems. I have done breakdowns on Drake's verse and how there's some very questionable lines there. Again, going off the working theory that Kendrick Lamar ghost wrote for Drake.
Now I gotta go back. I gotta listen to Drake's verse, because I feel like I only remember, this the finale. My pep talk turned into bro.
Multiple times. You can go back and look at my other content on that. But the lines that I really want to draw your attention to from the third verse on this song is Kendrick Lamar saying, right here, he says, "Girl, I'm Kendrick Lamar, aka Benz to me is just a car." That is a callback, believe it or not, to Buried Alive. If you go back and listen to the Buried Alive interlude, he basically says, like, the industry has Drake, like, mesmerized and addicted with Rihanna as a lady friend, and an addiction that'll keep him in Mercedes-Benz. So he is saying, a Benz to me is just a car.
Okay.
Like, I'm Kendrick Lamar.
The shade.
I've done a breakdown on this whole verse, but again, another line that I need to draw your attention to, just to make these quick points, is the Halle Berry hallelujah. Holler back, I'll do ya. Beast. Calling back to money trees. Because where's the perfect place for shade? Underneath something. He's trying to draw your attention to the messaging. But again, he has to do it in code. Because the industry is now involved. He is an industry guy.
You know what I've seen a lot of people say though in reference to this? Is that possibly NDAs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen a lot of people ask, how long do NDAs last? You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not one of them fans that disagrees with everything, right? So, I've been seeing a lot of people say, maybe Kendrick was a ghostwriter for Drake at one point and he was under NDA, he couldn't talk about it, and now he's just kind of coming to the end, so he's been coding things and hiding things, so you can always go back and see I was here. So again, I don't have any evidence of that. I don't know if there will be, but it's definitely a topic.
Plainly anymore. So it has to be like this. So again, sticking to the timeline, sticking to the lyrics, that is the poetic justice theory in a nutshell. We have done deeper dives on Euphoria. We've done deeper dives on Meet the Grams, on Not Like Us. We've done a lot of work on this. And again, sticking to the timeline, sticking to the lyrics,
right.
That is just poetic justice in a nutshell very quickly. Now, what I want to get to, because I see a lot of you with similar comments, both on TikTok and on YouTube, with counter arguments to our poetic justice theory on why we're wrong.
Okay.
I want to get into addressing some of the ones that we see all the time. The first of those counter arguments is, Why does Drake have a writing credit if Kendrick Lamar wrote Drake's verse for him? And it's very simple to understand.
First, before you answer, if you write even a single, if you have a melody, if you have anything, don't you get credit? Oh, the video's frozen? Okay, my bad. Hold on. Let me check. Hold up. All right, still frozen. Hold up. We good? You back? All right, video is not frozen anymore. We good? Video is not frozen anymore. Let me know. Thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up in the chat. We good? All right.
For him. And it's very simple to understand. The way that the music industry works is that writing credits are like a barrier to entry. It's a part of the game that they play, right? So you're never going to have an artist get on a song without getting a writing credit, even if it was ghost written for them.
Really?
And that's important to remember because when you look at how the writing credits are actually structured and you kind of just go through, like you can do a deep dive on I pulled this up. This is just an AI overview of how songwriting credits work from a financial, contractual, and from, a collaborative standpoint. But basically it's about the royalty, right? So you're never going to have an artist get on a song and not have a writing credit on that song.
He doesn't get paid.
Just in case the song blows up and becomes number one and very popular, right? Because the royalty is how these artists eat.
Right.
So it's used as a barrier to entry. So if Drake is coming on a song, he'll say, okay, get, at this time, like give $50K for the verse and then put a writing credit on it, right? That's how they get paid up front and then they get paid on the back end. It's basically used as a barrier to entry. So you just kind of have to keep that in mind. Even though, there's instances where like artists like Prince, Mac Miller, those are just the two off the top of my head. I think even Logic has his son has a writing credit on a couple of his songs. Mac Miller puts his brother as a writing credit on some of his.
And even like I said, even to kind of piggyback off of that, maybe even take it a little further, he could have written the entire verse and Drake has some input. Like just the smallest amount of input could probably still earn you a writing credit. Like I did that part of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you changed the melody of it or whatever. Like, even if it wasn't just the, just adding a name, I think it definitely, he probably could have had something to do with it too.
Songs. Prince has used his family members on songs. It's a way for his family members to kind of get something on the back end. You know what I mean? It's just something that they do. Another counter argument that we get constantly when talking about the poetic justice theory is, well, mainstream media, the mainstream, my favorite podcaster says this, that it starts at control. Or, I saw a XXL article from back in the day that says control is where everything started. And what I can say about that is that they're wrong because the lyrics and the timeline tell you a completely different story. And I want to draw your attention to why the whole talking point in the narrative of it begins with control I
think control was more of the outward gang related. Yes. I think control was more of the outward expression, if that makes sense, right? Like all of these other things are really just kind of like, if you know, you know. If you find it, you find it. I'm leaving you breadcrumbs. But on control, he basically just laid down the gauntlet and said, bro, I don't care. That was more of a message to everybody else, including Drake. These other things, he's specifically talking to Drake. He's not talking to everyone else. So that was Kendrick, the artist, putting the industry on notice that I'm the one. I'm the only one. Ain't nobody else. It's me.
bullshit line. It's a company line that the industry had people sign up to write articles about. And it's why members of TDE, i.e. Punch, during his interview with Curtis King, says, yeah, to my knowledge, it begins on Control. It's because that's what happens when NDAs are involved. They give people a talking point and expect you to stick to that talking point when an NDA is signed. And I'll get into why we believe an NDA is signed in just a second.
So listen, that's the one thing everybody been saying is, bro, NDAs seem to be either coming to an end or something because everything is coming out. Everything is coming out. All right, let's go. Let's go, Anthony.
But,
bro, how do I say your name? Is it let me see. Is it Imbrunon? Is it Imbrunon, Imbrunon, or Imbrunon? Imbrunon, or Imbrunon?
The main part that I want to draw your attention to, again, coming from a timeline standpoint and a lyric standpoint, the one thing that stands out to me about that Control talking point is the Jodeci freestyle. And I've already done a breakdown on the Jodeci freestyle. I've already...
None of them? Damn, how do you say it, bro? I just call you Anthony, bro. My bad, man. I'm sorry. I be trying to get everybody's name right, man. My bad. I don't want to disrespect your name at all. I'm going to just call you Anthony.
I did a lyrical breakdown on that.
Embernoni. Got
just
you.
Last week. I don't need to break down the lyrics again. But if you look at the timeline and stick to the lyrics in the timeline, Jodeci Freestyle comes out 2 months before Control is dropped, right? A whole 2 months before. And just a few months, less than 6 months after their collaboration together on Poetic Justice and their collaboration together on Fucking Problems. So to me, when I look at these lyrics, right, like these scathing lyrics, like, you know I'm a sore spot, middle finger poking you in your sore spot, talking about who the best MC is. We know that you're not. It's not just about MTV naming Kendrick Lamar the hottest MC. It was never about that. You don't pen these words if you're even penning them. About some slack MTV award that you didn't get, right? So this whole Jodeci freestyle directly contradicts that Control talking point. And even when you look at the lyrics on Control, right? When I look back and I think back about and I remember exactly where I was the first day I heard this. I was a landscaper. I was working with my boys, Joey and Nick, and Joey stops the lawnmower. He's like, you got to listen to this verse.
Bro, I was getting in the car from work. Wifey was in the car. I'm like, we got to listen to this.
Kendrick Lamar. And oddly enough, we were at my house cutting my own lawn in my backyard. So, of course, we do what teenagers do and had a little fun with the wacky tobacco, and we listened to this. And I just remember this part standing out where I was like, you got to rewind that. Like, this is so crazy. But I want to draw your attention to these lines in particular.
Okay. I'm
usually homeboys with the same fellas I'm rhyming with, but this is hip hop, and they should know what time it is. Think about the artists, and this is a main crux of our poetic justice theory as well. Think about the artists mentioned in this group of artists. Jermaine Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, ? Big Sean, Jay Electron, the two guys he's on the track with, Tyler, the Creator, Mac Miller, I got love for all you, but I'm trying to murder you. Trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you. They don't want to hear not one more noun or verb from you. What is competition? Because it is. It's a word sport. These are word nerds. What is competition? I'm trying to raise the bar high. Who's trying to jump and get it?
You bet.
Right? It's a call to arms. But remember what I asked you before, to keep in mind the list of artists in this grouping.
Yes.
Jermaine Cole, prolific writer and producer. Big Crit, same. Wale, same. Pusha T, same. Meek Mills, same. A$AP Rocky is a hip hop historian. That dude is a nerd for this.
Questions Drake. Drake? I never heard it like that.
Big Sean, Jay Electron. Big Sean is incredible with his pen. Jay Electronica is insane with his pen.
Bro, he is.
Tyler, the Creator, is a prolific producer. Mac Miller had a jazz phase. He not only was a prolific producer, but an incredible musician, an incredible budding musician. Like, he could have had an entire career spun off of his rap career. The only odd man out in all of this is Drake. When you really stop and you really think about it, I've never seen Drake in the studio making a beat on a beat.
Hey, bro, wait, okay. Cole, making beats, rapping, Crit, same. Wale, I don't know if he produces, but we know Wale's pen is ridiculous. Pusha, pen ridiculous. Meek been rapping since rapping. Even though I wasn't the biggest Meek fan, I can't lie to you. Rapping. ASAP 2, Drake, Big Sean. We don't even got to question Big Sean as a rapper. Jay Electron, wordsmith of wordsmiths, Tyler and Mac Miller. Drake is the odd man out.
Machine. I've never seen him sit down at the piano and hit a couple of keys. I've never seen that. I have seen Drake in the studio
looking for verses,
doing a funk flex freestyling from a BlackBerry.
What? Wait.
That's what I've seen Drake do.
Oh, that's what you want? Oh, I mean, is this what you want? Oh, yeah. Let's can we run it back? Flex, we gonna do it like that, Flex? We go. All right, yeah. Yeah. This what y'all want? Yeah. Okay. Look, no, run it back. Yeah. Okay. No, not that one. Give me the other phone. Yeah. Stop.
So again, just keep in mind, timeline and lyrics are the two rules in this household.
Facts.
So that should debunk the control argument in your brain. The other thing I want to draw your attention to, another counter argument that we get all the time, is why doesn't Kendrick just outright say this? NDA. Why doesn't he just come out and say, and why did he not say it during the beef? He had the opportunity to say it openly. Hey, I was your ghostwriter. Game over. You know how I know the Quentin Miller rumors are true? I was one of them. And it's because we believe that the industry got involved. Mm-hmm. And once Drake found out what happened to him, Drake went to the labels and went to the industry and said,
hey, look,
we got a problem.
Bro,
and Drake's people went to the industry and said, we got a problem. And we got to button this up. And and
that also kind of like, he never thought Kendrick would be that big either. Like, he always seen Kendrick as little bro. Like, he would never come out of the shadows. He would never come outside the house. Right? So I think it lends to that too, where he just never thought he would be that big. He didn't think he would become a problem. And once he became a problem, it was like, yo, we gotta figure this out. Y'all should silence him.
Believe that Kendrick Lamar, not only Kendrick Lamar, but every member of TDE has an NDA out because they were all in the studio together. J-Rock, Absol, Schoolboy Q, Punch was right there with them. Top Dog was right there with them. They're the ones who hatched this plan together to pull this off on Drake. So it's not just Kendrick Lamar under the NDA. It's all of them. And when you sign an NDA in Hollywood and in the music industry, they basically give you like PR talking points, standard PR talking points. Like, okay, if someone asks you about this, you're not allowed to say X, Y, and Z. What you are allowed to say is it begins with control. Or to my knowledge, it begins here on control. Or it begins here. You're not allowed to sway from those talking points. Otherwise, they'll sue you for all that you're worth. So, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, do we think maybe the lawsuit was a way to try to get UMG or Kendrick to reveal that information so Kendrick could end up with the egg on his face? If I'm pressing you, saying this or whatever, would y'all feel that y'all would have to come out and then reveal this information that would then leave the egg on your face, aka you break the NDA? Again, we know this is a reach. At this point now, I'm reaching, okay? I'm doing the reaching, all right? The NDAs, again, it's not something that we'll know. So I want to get out in front of that because I know the people that'll watch this video later will come out and be like, see, y'all got to anchor it all on having an NDA. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? We don't know none of that. I'm agreeing that we don't know any of that. But I think if there were any reason why Kendrick would not outrightly just say, I wrote for him, that's the only reason why it would be an NDA. That would be it.
Can't just outright say it. But he does draw attention to it in different ways throughout his career, right? You know, if you think back to the BET Cypher, I'm the master who masturbated on your favorite MC until the industry had wanted me assassinated. That is clear as day. He's the guy who got off on your favorite MC. And literally, the industry wanted him assassinated because of it.
Why? This is why I need to read more lyrics, though. I have heard this shit so many times. I just recite the lyrics. When I'm listening to it. I'm in my vibe or whatever. I need to just sit down and read the lyrics, bro. This is dead ass like there's no other way to see that.
Because if you think about where Drake was at that point in his career, something like this would have absolutely devastated his credibility amongst true hip-hop listeners. You'll never listen to Drake again, knowing that he took verses from Kendrick Lamar, right? So that's important to keep in mind. The other thing that Kendrick does is that during the beef,
high five,
he did call attention to it.
Crazy.
It just kind of went over everyone's heads. And that's, you know, not necessarily your fault as a listener. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of lines, you know, calling him a colonizer, calling him a pedophile, dear Adonis, dear Sandra. There were so many moments during this war for the culture that just kind of went like, took your breath away, right? And it's okay to miss the lines where he's trying to breadcrumb you back because, like, he just gave us so much, right? He gave you so much.
He gave you a lot of shiny objects.
You know, it was close to like 35 minutes worth of audio from Kendrick Lamar just during that beef. Like, it's insane. If you look at the lyrics from Euphoria,
hold up,
he says,
the very first time
I shot me a Drake.
I called that out, bro. I called that out. We got to go back to my reaction. I called that out. It wasn't a Drake as in it was I shot me a Drake. And then he said I learned I aim too high or something like that, right? Didn't he say he had to aim lower to that?
The homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. But today I'll show you I learned from those mistakes.
Come on, bro.
Somebody had told me you got a ring? On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian fella make Pac turn in his grave. It comes back to Tupac. It comes back to his love for hip hop. It comes from being his offspring, the one carrying that torch, that crown of his. He talks about.
Hey, shout out to James Thomas for the 5. I appreciate you, gang. He says, have you ever line could have been a double for SA case for Drake and possibly the NDA all these years from Euphoria? Have you ever line could have been a double for a SA case? I'm trying to understand that piece, man. If I thank you for your donation, but I'm trying to understand that piece. Could you comment in the comments to let me know exactly what you're saying there?
Colin Aubrey, no, I'm selfish. That crown is heavy. Because it is a burden. When you are an artist with something to say and you have a perspective.
Okay. Have you ever? Yes. Got you. The have you ever line could have been a double for an SA case for Drake and possibly the NDA. All these. Okay. Now I got you. Thank you, fam. I got you. Thank you so much.
You won't compromise on your vision and what you are actually saying for industry and for a check. And you are trying to lift people up. That burden is heavy. And then he says right there, right underneath it, cutthroat business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids? I hurt your feelings?
You don't want to.
How could he have hurt Drake's feelings? Wait, you don't want to work with me no more? Okay.
Oh, like you don't want me to write with you no more? You don't want me to write for you no more? Okay.
he's saying it just without saying it. And he does it again on King Kunta. If you look back, this is, again, timeline and lyrics. This would have been right here, after Control drops, after the BET Cypher, after the Marcellus Wiley interview where Drake goes on and just talks shit about Kendrick for a whole segment. And then Drake has his people call ESPN and say, hey, we're not doing the ESPYs unless you pull that.
Hey, shout out to my dog Tiptoe Joe for the 5. What up, y'all? I see we taking Morpheus blue pill, huh? We going, which pill would you like? You want the truth? Or you can wake up in your bed. Shout out to my dog, man. I appreciate you for the 5.
That interview. It comes after that, and then it gets released in 2015. So he says, right here on King Kunta, I can dig rapping, but a rapper with a ghostwriter, what the fuck happened? I swore I wouldn't tell, but most of y'all share bars like you got the bottom bunk in a 2-man cell. Later on King Kunta, the other line that is important in all this that I forgot to grab a screenshot of. Oh, here it is. Yeah, right here. Everybody want to cut the leg off him. Kunta, black man taking co-lovers. I was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. The shit is elementary. I was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. Everybody's suicidal. They didn't even need my help. This shit is elementary. I'll probably go to jail. Like, he's saying it openly. Like, he did it to himself. I was going to do it.
Right, but he did it to himself.
But they did it to themselves. They didn't even need my help. Because Drake can't help but take from other artists.
Right.
He can't help but take from other rappers and take verses from people.
He can't help it, and then they called him out on it. He said, bro, I was going to do it, but they've been telling you about him they've been telling you about him openly. You didn't have niggas come out and say it openly about him. They've been writing for him. I think, and the thing is, like, the other part is people tend to minimize how weird it is that the biggest rapper, and I put that in air quotes, of a time period, didn't write any of his songs. They end up throwing that shit out the window like it don't mean nothing. Like, so what? Everybody has writers. It's like, no, everybody. And then the thing is, if they do have writers, hopefully they're not that same person saying I'm the best, I'm the greatest, nobody's better than me, I'm one away from Michael. If you got writers, then just sit in the corner and collect your check and don't talk all that tough talk.
And use ghostwriters. And finally, the last thing that we see as a counter argument to our poetic justice theory is, well, I've heard and I've seen interviews in the media where, Kendrick Lamar and Drake are actually friends. And if he actually liked him when they were on tour. No. Again, he told you when he is outside, he does not belong to himself. He told you that clear as day on Buried Alive. And he also said during the beef, I walked this man down the whole time. Have you ever walked your enemy down? He calls him his enemy. Have you ever walked your enemy down with a poker face? Hey, we're friends. Pop, back of the head. And it's important to note that word specifically. Why would Kendrick Lamar call Drake his enemy? And where has he tried to show you that Kendrick and Drake are enemies, or Drake is Kendrick's enemy before? He does it on the Poetic Justice music video.
But I could never right my wrongs lest I write it down for real. P.S.
Enemigo. That flash. Did you see it? Slow it down. Here it is.
Chill out.
Enemigo.
Chill out.
Flash. Into the chorus. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it.
Chill out.
You can get it. Know just what you want.
Watch
Poetic Justice. Put it in a song.
All right.
And then it runs all the way into Drake's verse. And then Drake's calling the girl who got shot while he's got another girl in his bed. So, with that all being said,
the depiction of that is crazy, bro. Oh man, I feel like this is one of those things too, where it's like, it's only weird until it's proven, right? Like the people who wear the same shirt for every game and have a little ritual when they, you know what I'm saying? Like it's only weird until it works. So, bro, really just kind of laid out a very clear timeline using the music, using the lyrics, and the timeline. And I can't find a reason or a way to say that these things didn't happen, bro. They've been happening. Like I think most people can get. I think most people can get with the idea that this beef is long brewing since the beginning. Like maybe even day one. Like the invitation of bringing him on tour is almost like, I don't want to say infiltration, because I think people look at that like a snake, but maybe it was. Maybe it's like we see what's happening and where dude is finna try to take hip hop. You bring us out, we're infiltrating, we're gonna get in and we're gonna blow this up from the inside. Pause. So you could see the timeline for how this happened. Now, when we get to the poetic justice piece, there's a lot of good evidence that points to, yeah, he wrote that verse. Can I prove it? No, I can't prove it. I can say that it's got legs, because I know everybody will come in this video and be like, you K-bots be reaching. Bro, this is literally just looking at the timeline and looking at the lyrics. Okay? Argue with your mama, not me.
And now we are running a little bit longer than 30 minutes. Yes, I want to just do some housekeeping stuff.
Anthony, are you available to talk like via Instagram or Discord for maybe like 5 minutes? If you're still here.
Madman, I see you. I understand. About the 5 a.m. Freestyle, or the 5 a.m. in Toronto song. I get it. The way I look at the 5 a.m. in Toronto, it's just Drake being upset about the MTV thing, and it's not really anything to do with like telling the story of poetic justice. But I understand you want to see it on the timeline. I'm going to add it to the timeline. I'm also going to add Determined off of Overly Dedicated from Kendrick Lamar's little EP that he put out in 2009, because he kind of takes a shot at Drake there too.
Yeah, very
I have seen that. What else? I think that's about it. But I want to say thank you to everyone who has been rocking with us from day one. Madman's one of them. Sarah Wong's one of them. My boy Lace Rhymes, Steve out in Vegas, Hunter Pax, Bill down in Watts. Y'all are just literally like so cool for just supporting us through this journey, putting us on, putting us up, always telling people to go and listen to what we're saying on this. And I really do appreciate it, from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, Des and I really do appreciate the support. We are a 2-man team. And it is hard, balancing jobs that we have both with our clients and trying to make content on this. So like, I appreciate the patience from everybody. Shout out to, of course, my fiance Desiree. She's just my rock. Incredible.
Also,
wouldn't have a poetic justice theory without her.
Lit.
And again, thank you very much for liking and subscribing and supporting the content. If you guys want to donate, links in the bio. Other than that, I feel like I've done a pretty good job.
Nah, bro, I think you did a really good job, man. I think you did a really good job on this video. I think there's definitely, there's nothing concrete, right? Like we can't just, there's nothing concrete. We're definitely drawing speculation and stuff like that, which is totally fine. We're left to doing that because, we're left to having to kind of read between the lines because nobody has actually come out and said anything in particular. But I definitely think that this theory has legs. It's one of the ones that I've heard that definitely has legs. If you guys don't mind, man, hitting the like button on this video where we're at right now, we had 400 people watching, 150 likes. Let's get to 300 likes if we can. And then on top of that, y'all see I already subbed up to bro, right? I'm going to put his link in here real quick while everybody's here. If they don't mind going over and giving bro a sub. I put his, damn, is that it? My bad. Let me go back. I put his link in the description too, so you guys can find him. You guys can sub up to his channel there if you guys, want to go ahead and tap into some more of his content. He was in here. I don't know if he's in here anymore, but he was in here. So shout out to him for being in here. Shout out to Tiptoe Joe for the 2. What'd he say? He said, so Kendrick NDA is up this month. I have no idea, fam. I have no idea on any of that, man. We are strictly here for this particular video because Drake. So many people reached out to me. Embernoni, hopefully I'm saying his name right. Anthony Embernoni. They told me I needed to watch this video and I wanted to watch this video with y'all. It's Friday, so we did it. Make sure y'all check him out. Listen, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy today. Definitely a great stream. It's gonna give me something to think about. That Dave reaction, we probably gonna go ahead and get to that on Monday. I definitely want to save something for next week, so we're gonna get into that on Monday. I thought that this was definitely pressing. Y'all have been asking me to do this, so I want to do it today. I love you guys so much. Shout out to Anthony Embernoni. Hopefully I said his name right. And shout out to all of you, everybody who donated, everybody who hit the like button, anybody who subscribed and became a new crew member today. I appreciate you. If you joined the membership, thank you so much. If you haven't done any of those things, consider doing them. Hitting the like button definitely shares and share the videos. It definitely lets everybody know we're doing something cool over here. Like I said, make sure you guys hit that sub button as well. We're on the way to 50K. Can't get there without each and every one of y'all, man. If y'all are watching and you're not subbed, you're missing out. I love y'all so much. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.